Hi, everyone. I'm Dave Bovin. I serve as a Dean for the School of Business and Technology at Chipola College. And we have Ben Bridges with us today.
Glad to be here.
Yes, we'd like to welcome you to our weekly tech topic. And today we're going to be talking about headphones. But before we do, just wanted to share some exciting events that are on campus. It's a great chance to work with students. Ben is still a student, even though he's a staff member for our school and our college. And sometimes students will take classes and are unsure of where they're headed. They kind of take a step back. And our message to you is don't pause, keep going. And one thing to keep in mind is our School of Business and Technology, we actually have an option of a degree of focus in management. So whether you're a workforce and you show up on campus with welding or law enforcement, whether you're in retail, you're in healthcare, you're in education, or say you're an accounting major and you just find accounting too challenging, well, you can change and focus on management. You can do your Associate of Arts in Business. You can major in management for your Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. We have other majors as well, and management is just one. And all 4 years can be online as well. And we always talk about how management ties to retail, hospitality, education, finance, you name it. Industry, workplaces need leaders and managers. So keep that in mind and reach out to us if you're struggling at all or if you're thinking about pausing. We would inspire you not to pause and to keep going. So with our focus on headphones, you brought a high-speed pair of headphones with us today, Ben.
I did. So we'll be talking about headphones today and what to look for specific things, for specific needs that you have.
When you think of the history of headphones, wow. I mean, this was just like the other day, I guess. You read in the history books, 1800s? The late 1800s, headphones were invented. I would have thought it had been like the 40s or the 50s. So 1800s, and I think they had one actually by Baldwin, was someone in the late 1800s who created the first one to listen to music. And that is a name I think we recognize in the music industry, Baldwin.
Yes.
So, and then it just evolved. I think the first pair of headphones for home use was in the early 1900s. And then the 1950s kind of became mainstream with a gentleman named Koss, I think. So then we have Apple in 2001 with the earbuds. So
Yes.
So many progressions with headphones.
Absolutely. So the four types of headphones that I would like to talk about today would be athletic, economic, studio, and casual headphones. And these can vary in types, and I would like to go over each one and kind of cover some general basics of what you would want to look for each one of these.
Excellent. Well, let's keep going.
All right.
Yeah.
So the first one I'd like to start with is casual. I feel like most people need a casual set of headphones. And in general, headphones come in what I like to think of as two types. There is over-ear and there are in-ear. And as you can tell, these would be something like over-ear, how they would just kind of fit over your ear, and they're held by the band right there. And then there are, like you said, the earbuds who actually go in your ear. And depending on the mobility that you require with your casual headphones is really what determines whether or not you should get in-ear or over-ear.
That was a great development and first-to-market approach by Apple, which wasn't their first time being first to market with the earbuds. It's so convenient.
It is. Personally, I prefer earbuds for casual use just because you don't have to have them over your ears and like they don't fall off as easy and things like that. Now moving on with economic, there are plenty of economic options for headphones. I believe these are an economic option. They're very good and they're surprisingly low cost as well.
And they work, yeah. These are ones we use in our labs.
Right.
So with all kinds of technology, we'll incorporate these headphones.
Right. And economic headphones can work as casual headphones as well. You'll just lack a little bit of the audio frequencies that you would hear on headphones that are a little bit more priced. Now, moving on to studio headphones. What studios normally use headphones for is very accurate sound, and it's essentially in sound there is what's called an equalizer, and it is a spectrum of hertz where say there's the low end, the high end, and the mid end, and it's essentially the low sounds, the middle pitch sounds, and the high sounds. And headphones are made usually with these built-in equalizers, or their hardware can only support certain frequencies. And with studio headphones, you want to support as much as you can. You want, and also in an unbiased way. So you don't want the bass to be higher or louder than the mids or the highs. You want everything to be balanced so that you can tell what really is, what needs tweaking in the studio.
So balancing the bass and the treble, say.
Right. And with those, I would typically recommend an over-ear headphone, and they come a little bit more expensive than most headphones. I'd say around the price of like Beats by Dr. Dre, or a little bit lower than that, depending on what you're going for. But typically I would prefer and recommend over-ear headphones for that, because in-ear headphones are a little bit harder for that hardware to be supported on such a small device.
And just with computers, laptops, peripheral devices, hardware is becoming so affordable these days. So
Absolutely.
even though these are casual and these are ones that are affordable, the technology at the micro level, it's fascinating. We almost take it for granted.
I agree. I definitely agree. Technology has grown so much in even the last 10 years that it feels like a completely different world if you were to just look back into 2009.
It's hard to believe when you think of, if you see a video or look in the history books of Steve Jobs going on stage in 2001, that sounds just like yesterday, but almost 20 years ago. So
Right.
Time flies.
And the final type of headphones that I would like to cover would be athletic headphones. Now, with athletic headphones, I would recommend not to wear over ear because they would fall off. You'd have to like strap them to your head a certain way.
I think I've seen you running in these, Sylvan. No? Okay.
If I did, I would probably trip on them.
No, don't do that. Yeah.
But typically I'd recommend in-ear headphones for athletic use, just because they have a little bit more strength in staying in your ear. And there are some options that even wrap around the lobe of your ear and help to prevent them from falling out, as well as wireless ones that work very well as well.
So we also have with us the 360 type of sound. Should we bring that out?
I think so.
Okay, so we don't always do this, but so we'll have to get prepared here.
Got to put our safety gear on.
Yes. So here we have, opening up our case, and only a few people get to see into this case, so this is a special
Right.
time here. We talk about sound. We have here this Oculus, this goggle for an Oculus Rift, where it gives us the ability to do 360 sound.
Yes.
So with a PC, with a laptop, just using your webcam, you can actually engage that platform with some virtual reality type technology.
Right.
Very special item, something we keep packed away in this protected box and only bring out special occasions.
Right.
Now you enjoy the Oculus. It's something that we've demonstrated and we've actually used quite a bit.
Absolutely, yes. It's a fascinating device.
And the sound is clear, so it's amazing the technology that actually can be shared in a wireless environment.
Right.
So something we thought we'd bring out. We don't usually break that out very often, but we thought we'd try it today. So this was a great show. The ability to talk about headphones and share some neat ideas about what's happening on campus.
I agree.
So what do you think? Should we have showed them these 360 goggles?
I think it was confidential.
I think you're right.
I think we need to flash them.
I think so. We need to fix that. Please just look into this pen if you will. All right. Well, that was a great show.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Talk to you next time.